It was a cold October afternoon. The wind howled through the trees, sending shivers down my spine. I was walking home from work, my mind lost in thought, when a flash of movement caught my eye. There, huddled beneath a bush, was a small, grey cat. Her fur was matted, her ribs were showing, and her eyes held a mixture of fear and exhaustion. I crouched down slowly, not wanting to scare her. "Hello, little one," I whispered. "Are you lost?" The cat just stared at me, her body tense. I could see the distrust in her eyes, the wariness of a creature that had known little kindness. She was clearly astray, alone and vulnerable in the harsh city. Something about her sad eyes and trembling whiskers tugged at my heartstrings. I couldn't just leave her there. I reached out a tentative hand, hoping she wouldn't bolt. To my surprise, she leaned in cautiously, sniffing my fingers. It was the slightest of gestures, but it sparked a flicker of hope within me. I knew then that I had to help this little creature. I couldn't give her a home, not yet, but I could offer her some warmth, some food, and maybe, just maybe, earn her trust. I hurried back home, my thoughts consumed with the little grey cat. I gathered up an old towel and a can of tuna, hoping it would be enough to entice her. When I returned to the bush, she was still there, her body a tiny silhouette against the dying light. I spread out the towel and placed the tuna in the center. Then I stepped back a safe distance, giving her space to approach. For a long moment, she didn't move. She simply watched me with those wary eyes. Then, driven by hunger, she crept towards the food, her movements hesitant at first, then increasingly desperate. Over the next few days, I continued to visit the little cat. Each day she grew a little bolder, a little more trusting. She would come closer to me, allowing me to pet her briefly while she ate. I learned to read her body language, to understand her limits. As days turned into weeks, the bond between us deepened. I named her Luna, for the way she would emerge from the shadows each evening, her grey fur shimmering like moonlight. She would greet me with a soft meow, her tail held high with newfound confidence. The fear in her eyes gradually gave way to a cautious curiosity, then to something akin to affection. She would rub against my legs, purring softly, her rough tongue rasping against my skin in a gesture of gratitude. It was a far cry from the scared, skittish creature I had first encountered. One particularly chilly evening, as I was about to leave, Luna did something unexpected. She reached out with a tentative paw and placed it on my hand. The touch was fleeting, but it spoke volumes. In that moment, I knew she had decided to trust me, to let me into her heart. Section 4, Luna's Joyful Reign. Section 5, A Forever Home, A Forever Bond.